All right, here we go. And do you go by just Francis or do you go by any other name?
Francis Hope.
Francis Hope.
hmm
Okay.
Francis is fine too, but my kind of full stage name or what have you is Francis Hope.
Got it. So Francis Hope it is. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Academy Insight series, where we connect you with the faculty and we give you a closer look at how they're coaching and what they can do for you and your acting career as an aspiring actor. I'm Christopher Bennett. I'm a longtime friend of these. I just fucked up. I got to restart that.
Do it.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Academy Insight series, where we connect you with the faculty and we give you a closer look at how they're coaching, how they're teaching, what they can do for you in your career as an aspiring actor. I'm Christopher Bennett. I'm a longtime friend of the Spotlight Academy, and I had the pleasure of talking today to one of their great coaches, one of their great instructors, the lovely Francis Hope. How you doing, Francis?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for making the time today. I wanted to connect with you so that people could get a sense of what it's like working with you as actors and sort of the approach you bring into your classroom stuff. In a post-COVID world, do you still do online sessions? Do you prefer in person? How's that shaped what you like to do now as a teacher?
Yeah, well, what I've found is with anything acting, theater, film, what have you, related, when you're building off of energy and you're building off of nuance and all these very intrinsic things about connection, there's just something really lacking when you're teaching and trying to get that across over Zoom. You want to be able to breathe in their sweat. You want to be able to see their lip quiver before they tear up a little bit. You want to be able to just share that, create that sacred space. Because when I was in university and I was taking all these classes, the most beautiful way of finding truth and being in that, sharing that energy, was such an integral aspect of it. So my preference, we do what we need to do to keep everyone safe, but my preference of jumping into a classroom and working one-on-one or with a group of kids or individuals is just the best.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. You bring a touch of comedy to it too, as well. You really love comedy, right? That's quite a sort of an area of specialty of yours, correct?
Yes, it is indeed. My dad was a stand-up comedian, and just the way I was raised, and I was doing impressions. I was one of those Jim Carrey kids who no one knew what to do with me, and I was all over the place doing impressions from movies and being like, from all the different things and doing voices. And my parlor party trick was doing a chipmunk voice
Oh
and
God.
singing the Christmas song. It's not great for your vocals, but just kind of creating those different things. And
Comedy's tricky. It's not
it's
easy.
harder than, it's not just like pratfalls and banana peels. I
Can
actually
anyone do it? Can you coach anyone to get there, or is it something that you're kind of born with comedic timing? What's your take on that, Francis?
I think that you were born, just like with acting or music or anything, you're born with, some people have to work harder to connect to that side of them. You could be a prodigy, sure, but it can be taught. It's just, if you have that comedic sense, there's some aspects that are, you have it or you don't. So you just have to work harder. But what I love to do is make it more accessible, is make comedy more accessible, because it's so it's such this huge looming thing that can seem a little bit daunting. But the nature of comedy is finding the truth and reacting naturally to
Sure.
unnatural and hilarious situations. And so you take someone being like, oh, that's strange, where there's like an alien walking by, you're like, oh, the double take,
Right.
like, and finding, but at the end of the day, the truth in this, and to not do what is schmacting, is finding connection and truth within yourself, just like as any type of actor. You are the vessel, the storyteller. And so understanding that seeking truth always is the answer to that, is seeing, in this situation, my character is reacting to this falling out of the
Right.
sky, or this doing this. And so it's bringing those emotions and those reactions up, and just learning how to act on impulse, not because you feel you should, but to feel it in your body. So the
Got it.
connection of the body response and the mental response meshing together to create this really fun sense of play. And I absolutely love that part. And I'll give you one quick example. I had an incredible prof in university his name's Mike Kennard, and he's does amazing slapstick comedy. And one of the exercises that I'd be using in the classes is what I call 1 to 10. And so what this is you already understand your clown or your character, and the nature of clowning itself is where you just rediscover your inner child and you look at the world with amazement. And it's really fun because you get to bring that part out of yourself that was kind of shoved away. And so 1 to 10 is where you start with a single emotion. You start 1, number 2, number 3,
And it
number 4.
goes on and it
And it
goes.
goes until 10, you're like, ah! And you're like, and so
What's
it's
the
about the timing.
what's your classroom experience like? What's an actor going to find with you? If they're brand new, are they going to feel lost? Will you work with actors at all levels? Tell me a little bit about what they can expect when they get you as a teacher, Francis.
For sure. So for me, I've had a lot of experience with anyone from someone just starting out being super shy, and you always have those more advanced or Jim Carreys of kids who have no shame with blah, like jumping up and doing that. So it's all about the balance. It's keeping the numbers in the class low enough that everybody has a chance to shine. Everybody has time to have attention. And I'm able to be welcoming and to access and help with each need as it comes up in a way. And what I love is fostering a classroom environment where it's not about one person, it's about the collective of the artists as a team and what we can create together. And so my philosophy is it really is not about having one star student. I'm anti-star student. I'm about what everyone is able to do and create, which is why we create together, and learning.
Right.
And being able to go off of, one kid is able to go off of another kid and really explore those impulses and help each other learn, and just foster that sense of community and that sense of respect. And if somebody needs a little assistance, or someone says in a really productive way, you did that and it was really cool, but something that might help if you're like stuck could be this, where it's really, really supportive across the board.
As an actor, can you know if you are funny, or rather, can you be funny and not be aware of it? Can you be a good actor and not be aware of it? There's always that confidence gap with young actors. How do you help them straddle that? And what's your take on that?
So the thing is a lot of it stems from kids or individuals who are sarcastic or have an offbeat sense of humor. And a lot of them are just in their own world, just like me. I was a very strange, introverted child who just kept to myself and had a weird take on things. And until the right person comes along and helps you believe in yourself and harness that and say, all right, so if you said this line, and it's just, it's just like music. It's just like Shakespeare, iambic pentameter. It's like, ba-dum. You're like, well, that happened, but, and so it's in your response to when you find something funny or experience something against something else, the straight man versus the funny man, right?
Right.
Or woman or whoever.
Sure.
So it's just giving them, we all have that teacher who changed our lives because they believed in us and they made us feel comfortable in our own quirkiness. And that is what I want to give these kids. And no matter at what level, no matter how much experience, I love to go in there and just kind of pick out all these magic sparkles, I want to call.
I
in
got
them
it.
to
What
be able to, yeah.
why do you think they've been so successful at Spotlight? What's the secret sauce there? You guys have so many actors that have come through that program and been successful. The faculty are also eclectic and unique and accomplished. It's an island school, you know,
It
it's
is,
slightly
yeah.
off the main path. What is it that's making everybody really flock there and create so much buzz? What do you think?
Well, I know that Jackie is amazing and she has a great eye for spotting great talent, and not only talent, but people who can really have something to offer and a passion to be that person for those kids that someone was for them along the way. I think it's the sense of community that, you know, just like we're attracted to people, we're attracted to partners, to friends, that pull of something that is productive, something that is has goals that match your own goals. And across the board, it's creating this safe, supportive, but extremely, you know, at times profound, but just learning environment where they're like, let's go, let's make these dreams happen, we're going to support you, we're going to get you where you want to go. If you're ready to put in the work, so are we, and we're going to have a great time doing it.
Well said. Well said.
Thank
Francis, it's so great to connect with you, and I really appreciate you making the time today.
you.
As we sort of wrap up, any final thoughts or anything you wanted to leave any aspiring actors out there who are thinking of coming into your classroom or looking at what they're offering at Spotlight? Anything you wanted to leave them with?
Yeah, I just say, if you are one of those kids who, you know, you're not quite comfortable with, but it's something in the back of your mind that you want to try, you need to go for it. You need to hold on to it, and you need to believe that we're going to hold your hand and we're going to support you through, and we're going to give you the best experience of your life.
Well, it's an incredible school, and I know Jackie knows what she's doing. She's got
She does.
great faculty like you and the rest of the group there. So thank you for
I'm
making.
very lucky.
Yeah, and I'd say your students are too. So best of luck to you and all of them this year. And I appreciate you making the time. We'll catch up real soon. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll see you soon.